Good evening and welcome back. So, today I want to continue working on these cliff models here, or not working on the models, but putting them down into the level, and also figure out a bit of the rest of the terrain here and fix a few issues that I might have. And if I'm getting to it, I want to start on kind of putting down different models for the cave entrance here. Figure out a way to make this look a bit better. So let's start over here in town, and yeah, let's start here because there's a gap here that I want to close off. And I'm crashing the engine. Awesome. Good start. Good start. The engine's probably feeling like I'm feeling because it's way too hot here. And so let's restart this and go back into it. Yes, let's restore those. Can't restore them. Awesome. But we didn't do anything, so it's fine. We just need to reload them and let the shaders compile again. Okay. So last time I closed this off up here. There's still a few things that I want to change back here, but let's focus on this area so that it looks a bit better. So does this work? Can I select it now? Awesome. Okay. Alright. This piece. Let's see. Yeah, the issue is that this stair here doesn't have the same height as the rocks that we use here. So we need something to kind of fill in the gap. Then work with this, and let's see. Can I flip that? Let's see. Nope. That doesn't work. Okay, let's try something else here. And hello. Interesting username. Yes, it is. But I'm German, so I know what it means, and that's why I'm finding it interesting. Thank you for the follow. So let's see. Okay, so this doesn't work like that. Ja, ich spreche Deutsch. Ich bin Deutscher. But I prefer to speak English so that a lot more people can understand me. But I think I wouldn't say a big part, but there are some people in chat that can't speak German, so I try to keep it in English mostly. And even if people are watching those recordings on YouTube later, it's better that way. Oh, there's at least one other person here, according to the numbers. But if you want to speak German, if you prefer that, it's totally fine. It's just if people are asking what you're talking about, then it's better to switch. No, if you want to speak German, go for it. Like I said, doesn't matter as long as someone is asking what we are talking about. I usually stay with English, but if it's necessary, then I'm speaking German as well. Did you find the stream through the text? Because you were saying that not a lot of people are streaming level design. Sometimes, yeah. Thing is, these rocks are part of a pack that I got from the marketplace, which is the Unreal Engine marketplace here. Let me see. I have a lot of stuff here that's some of it is bought, others was stuff that was free at some point, and I try to use my own stuff, but for something like rocks and plants and stuff like that, um, I'm using kind of bought assets or assets that were free at some point. Let me find those rocks I'm using at the moment. I think it's this pack here. Yeah, it's this one. That's the pack I'm using at the moment. And I changed the color a bit so that the rocks look a bit darker and kind of fit the rest of the stuff. No, I'm not using Soul Cave at the moment. Look into that. Do I have that installed here? Yeah, Soul Cave is here, but I haven't used that yet. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest. I could use those for... Yeah, I could use those for caves. If I can change the material so that the color matches, then they would be useful for caves. Yeah, we'll definitely look into those at some point and try to find the use of them. It's an exploration adventure game. Let me just show you the game. I think that's easier. Let's load a save game here. It's a mixture between a point and click adventure game, kind of like Monkey Island or Seven Max and stuff like that, and a first person exploration game. Also kind of inspired by games like Myst or Riven or something like that. But I'm really bad at puzzles, so at creating puzzles. So the only puzzle elements that I have in here are simple pressure plates and some levers that you pull and stuff changes in the world. There are puzzle elements like this, if you can call it a puzzle element. And then we have dialogue with people, branching dialogue with different options. And we have a quest, or more than one at the moment. It's just the main quest. And we don't have stats. There's no health, there's no agility, no stamina or stuff like that. There's no fighting in the game. It's just talking to people, picking up quests, stuff like that. Yes, I know. And hello. How are you today? And for instance, we just picked up another quest here. It's basically the game that we have. Um, we do have an inventory, and inventory items work in that way. So if I want to, for instance, use the light crystal that I had out earlier, I can press L and then have a light around me that helps me in dark places, caves, and stuff like that. But I need to have that item in my inventory, otherwise I can't use it. And for instance, if I drop this, then it's kind of gone at the moment. It kind of fell through the ground or disappeared, and I can't use the light button anymore. I'm pressing the button at the moment, but it's not using. It's not no use because the item is no longer there, so I can't use it. So if I'm running into kind of a darker area here, well, it's not really that dark, but oh, it's an unfinished area. That's awesome. Should be darker in here, but I haven't set this up properly yet. So that's the game. There will be a lot of dialogue that you can pick up. There will be kind of world. I can definitely steal puzzles. That's true. Yeah. I kind of don't want to use puzzles like they did in Myst or Riven or those games where you pull the lever in one area of the world and kind of a door opened on the other end of the world and you don't really see anything changing. I want the puzzles to be contained and you see changes or you hear something or something like that. It's even a bit too far away at the moment that this door opens, or you put something on this pressure plate and the door over here, this door here opens. That's already a bit too much. Thank you. So I need to figure out a good middle way between the two, and I'm also really bad at kind of sound puzzles and all that stuff. So I'm not taking kind of Myst or Riven as an inspiration. I'm taking simpler games because I might be able to do those and maybe get away with a bit of moon logic, but I hope not. And if you don't know what that is, moon logic is a term that came around in the 90s when adventure games sometimes were unplayable for people because it was completely logical for the designer that a puzzle worked in a specific way, but completely alien and kind of from the moon for other people. And that's this term moon logic. And that's something to avoid in designing puzzles, designing kind of logic things and stuff like that in games. So it should be something to something to understand in the world. If it's something world specific, there should be some kind of explanation in the world how that thing works, basically. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and I've been working on this game for about 3 years now. It started in February 2016, and I switched over um, to Unreal in October 2016. So I started in Unity, worked a bit in Unity, built a prototype, tested the mechanics if they worked, and then switched over to Unreal and kind of recreated the base mechanics and all that stuff and worked with those. I mean, you could have been a younger kid or an older kid, so. But I think I know what you mean, so it's fine. So let's go back to this, and the moment I'm just putting down these kind of stone cliff pieces here so that the kind of terrain area is a bit covered up because my terrain material is not that good looking in some cases. So I'm covering those up with meshes. It could also work on the material a bit more, but it's a lot more work than needs to be, basically. So I'm sticking with this at the moment. Okay. Yeah, when I was 10, my father tried to teach me programming, and I created a simple screensaver, just something floating around the screen in Basic. But I really learned programming a lot later. Or if I could call what I'm doing programming sometimes. Okay, so I need to go there. Okay. I'm going to move this over slightly. That's not good. That's slightly better. Okay, have fun. Oh, let me put on some music. Because I'm way too quiet most of the time. Okay. Good. Let's see. So if I push this back a bit more. Okay. Oh, hi. How are you? How are you today? Melting mostly, but apart from that, fine. It's a bit too hot for me today, and it's getting worse tomorrow. Yep. I mean, today we only had 33 or so, but it's too much. And tomorrow it gets worse. Yeah, that as well. Let's be pushed up slightly. Okay, no, that doesn't look good. Okay, so let's see, what do I want to do here? Let's continue this a bit and then see what we can do with it to make it look a bit better. Because I don't want to go completely terraced, so I might need to mix in a few other meshes to make this look a bit better. So the whole thing goes up there, so let's see. Let's use the half white pieces that we have here. Yeah, I think that might be okay. Let's put this back slightly. Okay, so I think that could work. Floating slightly. So let's push it down. Yeah, I think that might be okay. Okay. That could work. rotation a bit more. Oh wait, let's see. Flip like that. Okay, so let's see. I could try to use one of the curved elements here, but I think the curve is a bit too wide for that. Yeah, I think that doesn't fit. I mean, what I could try is rotate that properly. Smoothing these up slightly. So that we don't have this kind of terraced effect like here. Then we might run to the issue that once we're going down over here, then we might not run into that. And though is this piece floating already? Yeah, this is floating, so no, that doesn't work. Yeah, the curved piece doesn't fit here. use the curve piece here. Here. Let's see. Yeah, that could work, I think. Welcome back. So let's have a look. If I turn this off. Okay, then we do have a bit of floating there. And I definitely need to figure out something for the ground area here. I mean, we could just take this. Push it forward a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I need to figure out a few other pieces for this. There are also ground pieces for caves and stuff like that, so maybe add those in here. Okay, for some reason, performance is horrible at the moment. Okay. And I also dropped a few frames. Not good. And another bottle empty, damn it. I hate this weather because I'm going through water bottles like crazy. Usually I don't drink that much. I hope so. I really hope so, because I mean, I have a certificate in game design, and I didn't just bought that, and I think that I learned a few things over the years. But there might be people that disagree with you slightly. And for those who didn't understand this sentence, um, music down slightly. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, damn it. Do you get an echo from the music? I hope not. Usually doesn't interfere, but might be some kind of issues at the moment. Okay, what he said was that I seem to know a bit about designing and with level design, and sometimes I do, yeah, but sometimes I'm completely clueless and just do crazy stuff. That's awesome. I mean, you have to start somewhere, so. And I mean, you're on the right step if you just made a simple mountain, put a tree on top, and felt pride doing that, so that's really awesome. So you're definitely on the right steps. But I went to school for game design, spent a bit of money to go to that school, and got a certificate out of it. I didn't get a job out of it, but have a certificate that's catching dust somewhere. Okay. Let's have a look at other models for this set. No, not really. I mostly use it for games I'm working on, and I'm not creating level design things that I'm uploading somewhere. It's mostly just stuff that I'm using for the game, or for this game at the moment, or other games before. But I do have a blog. If you type !blog, Ausrufezeichen Blog, there you can have a look at student projects I worked on, screenshots from those. And in one of them I did level design. So you can have a look at that, but it's kind of a sci-fi space station thingy, so it's completely different. I want to push this. Apart from that, I have a ArtStation account which I haven't used properly yet, meaning there's nothing to see there. And I have a DeviantArt account. Don't think if it's linked somewhere. Don't think if it's linked somewhere. Yeah, no, it's linked nowhere. So let me give you a link. But I haven't uploaded anything recently. There are a few things that look like they are recent, but a bit of stuff changed since I uploaded those. So, let's see. Yeah, if you have a link, screenshots. You can also post stuff on the Discord if you want. And then get feedback there. There are not a lot of people on my Discord, or not a lot of active people, let's call it that way. But if something is posted, then someone might comment. Or I might comment. So I'm not forgetting it completely. Which happens a lot with my Discord, sadly. So you can post a link here if you want to get feedback now, or post it for in the Discord for later feedback. Okay. So, let's see. How does this look in game? definitely better than before, but I think I want this to connect a bit more, so we can't really jump up here. This is kind of a higher wall. Which link? The Discord? Okay, here you go. Okay, I need to move this. I think I need to move this wall over slightly. And I definitely need to flatten out the terrain here. So kind of jumping through holes here. Yeah, I need to move this slightly so it's connecting a bit better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that might be a bit better. Then this piece. Let's rotate that around. See if it fits better then. Yeah, I think this is better. So let's level this, flatten. That's not a bit better. Yeah, here I need to figure out something else because I'm not sure if I want this to go up like that on this side. I mean, on the other side, I have kind of terraces here and then this way up here. We need there and then going up here and then going up here. I think I want to add stairs to those. Maybe not these stairs, but other ones. So for instance, if I look in this, yeah, okay, this is an issue. Because they're not straight, they move to the side a bit too much. Maybe I'm just moving all this to the side as well. So if I connect these, I'm not happy with those. Let's see, what do these look like? Okay, they have a completely different rotation. And they're a lot wider. But they go straight, so let's try to work with these. Yeah, but they need to be moved back. And then the whole thing doesn't fit anymore. Oh, that's not good. No idea what the issue could be. Is it not possible to use it in a browser anymore? I haven't used Discord inside a browser sometime. Does anyone know if Discord still works in a browser? So that you don't need to download the app for it? Yeah, I think I'm pushing this back a bit so that it fits about here. Okay, so it's to 500 and then fall off 0.25. Yeah, it's slightly better. And I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, that could work. Um, do not have it open at the moment. Wait. Oh, I don't have Discord open at the moment. How can I? It's not good. Um, I don't know the full server name here. Server settings. Oh, here we go. Polygon 6K's game development. That's the server name. Apparently, I missed a lot of messages today. Okay, maybe I should look into that a bit more often. Could help. Okay, so as a result, I might need to move this. One of the walls back slightly. Just need to figure out which one. So I think I will create the walls and then push one of them a bit back. No, let's see if I push this. Yeah, let's push this one because we already have it here. So let's see, push this back. Uh, And that way these line up a bit better as well. This is the top part here. With reducing that terrace effect that I had before. At least slightly. Okay. And this piece here. Okay. It just should give us a bit of room here. That could also help, yeah. Thanks for that. Even though now the rocks look really strange. But okay. Doesn't really help that much. It's still there's too many meshes around, I think that's the issue. Ah, okay. Yeah, if you let's try this again. Yeah, there's something else going on. I think there's something running in the background that's causing issues, or I have too many models in here that cause problems. I'm not sure. Ah, okay, so it's that piece directly that's pushing out that far. Okay. Let me try something here. Set this to static for a moment. Yeah, I think that was the issue. It's rebuilding the nav mesh too often, and that caused the issue. So it's not the graphics mode, but it's that it was rebuilding the nav mesh for every stone I put down, basically. And that caused issues, even though it's still kind of noticeable that it's causing issues. I mean, it's still not performing perfectly, but it is slightly better. Let's move these forward slightly. Just need to remember to regenerate the nav mesh once I'm done today. Oh, wrong mode. Flatten. That's the instance tool. It helps with working with instance static meshes. So if I use the normal place mode, this is an instance static mesh element that is all these pieces. And if I want to add to them, I would need to do a lot of stupid stuff. And with this tool, I can just click on one of them and then copy paste them quite easily, and it's doing all the instances for me that way. I find it easier to work with this tool than kind of trying to group stuff and throw it around. I mean, it's I think 422. I kind of don't really need that anymore, but until then, I kind of need to use it to work with instances like that. Yeah, on later versions of the engine, you don't really need to really look for instance static meshes anymore, because It's kind of doing the instancing internally for you, basically. Not quite sure when they added that, or if it's 21 or 22. But kind of optimized the whole static mesh pipeline so that you don't need to use instances for everything if you want to reuse a model a lot. Still helps, but you can also use unique instances, basically. Yeah. But I haven't upgraded yet, so I still need to use instances. Okay, so let's move this forward slightly. Okay, this doesn't look good there. Damn it. Yeah, but I still need to do it at some point because there are a lot of things that they added that are quite useful that I want to use. And at some point I need to upgrade it. But I'm quite sure a lot of stuff will break as a result. Yeah, the big issue is that the copy of the project is really big because the project has a lot of stuff in it that I'm not using properly at the moment. So I'm having a lot of different packages in here that I'm not really touching the way I want them to, basically, and that makes the project quite big and quite hard to back up properly. Just want to check something. How many of these do we have here? 11 of these and 64 of these. Okay, have fun. 18 of these. So what is killing my performance? It's not that many. Let's check something here. Okay, so we do have LODs in these. That's good. No. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, that's the issue. Haha. That's quite a lot. No, sorry about that. Okay, so it's a lot of triangles on the screen still, but that's not good. And thank you. Oh wait, going you're on mobile? So that's strange, but no, I'm not using the mobile app because my phone is horrible. It doesn't have any space for anything. Yeah, maybe try to use it in on a PC and then give me a message on Twitch and I can send you the link again. Just send me a whisper on Twitch. Okay. You can also just post a link if you want to. So if it's on your Instagram account, then du kannst einen Link zu deinem Instagram-Account posten. Und dann kann ich da reingucken. Okay. So that might also be an issue that these are quite heavy model wise, so that they need a bit too much performance for that. But maybe we can work around those. So let's push this back slightly here. Okay, should be good now. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, so I need to create an Instagram account to look at your stuff because it's set to private. Okay, so that didn't work. Okay. Okay. This looks interesting. Okay, for this piece, I would say the lighting is a bit off. Even though this looks okay here, but there's no real global illumination because this is too dark, stuff like that. So that's something to look for. And yeah, okay. This needs a bit more texture and a bit more other stuff. This is an interesting picture. Is that's Unreal Engine? Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, but even for a horror game, yeah, that's kind of the problem with most horror games that are kind of, let's call it, cheaply made. In most cases, they are looking wrong and are too dark. You can do um, dark atmosphere and stuff like that, but still have a bit of illumination in the room and kind of work with shadows a bit more and stuff like that. But only have the light sources and only have them reflected but not spreading. It's kind of looks wrong, at least to me. That's one thing that I'm noticing on this one. Um, and this one has a similar issue, even though it works a bit better here because you're getting out of kind of a cave or something like that. I'm not sure what you walk out of. Then it's bright outside. So that works a bit better here, but you still have the issue that you have kind of dark areas around, completely black. And if you go for realism, then that doesn't really work. But if you go for stylized stuff, it could work. But I like this. This is a nice picture. I'm not sure if this is this tree on fire or what is this. Kind of looks like this is a fire tree or a tree on fire. It's making this glow a bit. I'll be right back. I need to get something to drink. Yeah, okay. So thought as much. So it's a burning tree. Looks good. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Just need to get something to drink. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, the camera is a bit strange. That's true. But I'm not sure what you put on there, but it looks like it's raining and the tree is on fire and you have some raindrops on the camera and some kind of fog or smoke because of the fire. So in combination, it looks good. If it is raining, if that's the intended effect. Okay. Yeah, then it works. Because you would have smoke over here, you would have stripes and raindrops on the camera. Um, kind of these raindrops falling down here, and you would have a lot of smoke because of the burning tree. So that looks good. And Okay, then if it's a dream sequence again, of some kind, then it's awesome. I like it. If it's supposed to be realistic, there might be a bit more illumination around here, but especially if that's burning, that would spread a bit of light around it. But if it's just some kind of dream sequence, or something like that, then it's okay. Same issue here. This is too dark. We do have a light here that's a bit too bright, and it's not spreading at all. That kind of makes it look wrong in some kind. If it's supposed to look wrong, as in a dream sequence or something like that, then okay, but um, it wouldn't be my kind of game, kind of. Oh, okay. There are more pictures here. Okay. I mean, this is quite bright because that's in the editor. You have global illumination in the editor, but for some reason it's not here. Could be that my setup is a bit too dark. My monitor might be darker than yours. I might have not configured it correctly, or it could be the stream. More here. No, I mean for your first tree, if that's your first tree, looks okay. Video. Oh, okay. If you're still working on it and improving over time, then shouldn't be an issue. Okay, that's something else. Yeah, and for the terrain, just play around with it a bit more and try the different tools, ramp tools, flatten tools, and stuff like that, and kind of build a small environment that you think might be okay. Nice. Sounds good. Yep. Wish you luck with it. I hope it gets finished and published somewhere so people can play it. just noticed something. I'm talking about global illumination and stuff like that, and I have a screenshot on my DeviantArt that shows completely dark areas in here. So I still need to work on this as well. Lighting is one of the hardest aspects of game design, game development. That's why there are specific lighting artists that work on stuff like that. So, for instance, here this also looks a bit too dark. We consider this is the sunlight. This is a bit too dark here. Same issue here, even though the candles in here don't really have any lights attached to them. So we kind of have a flashlight in this screenshot, so it looks way too bright and the lights are not correct here. Same here. We do have those lights back there, but the candles on the tables don't have a light attached to them. Oh, that's a really old screenshot from getting it right takes time, and to figure out how to get it right is the hard part of it. That's an old screenshot from Unity. So that's really awesome. This is Unreal, yeah. But this is an older screenshot. Why is it not going? Okay, no. Yeah, and all of these, the lighting is off. So, for instance, here, the lighting is completely off. So, there should be light bouncing around so we don't have these completely dark areas here. The shadows are too harsh, stuff like that. So, getting that right, configuring that in the right way takes some time. This is slightly better, but also not that good. That's the Unity version. I still had some kind of different layout for the towers, different layout for the town. The barracks have a slightly different layout. That's a long time ago. It was 2016. I have improved slightly since then, but not by a lot. Okay, let's see. Yep. I mean, if you see improvements already, then that's good, yeah. What I want to do is this. So I flatten this out. Ah, okay. Now I see why I have that thing there. Ooh, little thing. Thank you for the follow, Jihad Angels. Sorry if I butchered something of your name. Okay, now I know why I had a strange shape here, because I needed that to cover up the mesh that I'm using here. If I flatten this out, it should be better. Yeah, I can raise and lower this. Slope flatten. Is that? Oh, that could also be useful. But for the moment, let's just flatten this. I'm flattening both. I'm flattening lower and higher to the level I want at the moment. So now I need a big brush to smooth this out. Yeah, let me show you the map. This is 3 levels in the map. Let me load the rest. Okay. This is the mountain range here. It's kind of blocking off most of the area. Then we have the big mountain in the middle. And a lot of unused space around this. I still need to figure out what I want to do with, basically. Because at the moment it looks like this and don't like that. Dimensions are... let me check. I do have two like that. Blueprint. So that's from point A to point B. We have roughly 3,000 meters. So the whole map is 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers, basically. I could read it before, but that's a bit clearer now. But I need to say that I cheated with creating those mountains. I used kind of stamps to create the basic shapes. The shape of the lake and the river is done with kind of an alpha map stamped into the ground. And then I played around with some erosion. In some areas it's a bit too much erosion, but no, I didn't use World Maker or something like that. I use kind of alpha stamps and stuff. It would be easier if I had used World Maker or World Creators of stuff like that. But I didn't. So this is what we get. So if I want to change areas here, then I kind of need to make them look okay in the contest in the content context. Damn it, I can't speak. Yep. So for instance, if I want to use them again, I can just go in here and kind of find them, load them up, and I would need to add them in the project because at the moment they're not here. But because I kind of started the project in Unity and then moved it over to Unreal and kind of exported the height map from Unity and imported it here. and kind of do a few passes with erosion tools and stuff like that, so it looks a bit better. Yeah, I did have a speaker. Another streamer I follow, she has a comment for that, and then the sound clip is playing. What was it? I can't speak English. That's that's impossible. Something like that. So, yeah, at the moment I'm only using one tree model, or one tree model for the whole forest. But I do have another tree model here for the kind of, what would it be, grove, the apple area here. I'm not sure if those are apple trees or what kind of trees they are. I haven't put any fruit on them yet. Oh, damn it. What's happening here? No. Let's put that to 100 and fix the issue here. Must have done something here to break this. And the camera is way too fast. Let's change that. I mean, okay, we can't see it here because I cut out the terrain here, but shouldn't be an issue. Okay, let's go back over here and figure out how I want to do this. Thank you. Yeah. Ask away. When it's done. That's the only thing I can say to that. It's coming out when it's done. Does it help? Not really that much. A bit, yes, that's true. It's a bit faster. Yeah, but the game is coming out when it's ready and when I'm kind of finished with it. Yeah, definitely. I know that button. It's the game mode, and it doesn't show collision and splines and all that stuff. So yes, there is a story, and at the moment it's at a stage where you can play through the main quest and the side quest, and completely. No, it will be done at some point. I know that you doubt me in that, but it will be done at some point. There is a story. There is the main quest, and you can finish the game already. So there's a version on the Discord that you can test that should be, if the version itself is playable, you should be able to play through it from start to finish. No, it's not just a sightseeing project. It's you have a quest that you get at the beginning of the game. It kind of started out as a level design project, but it kind of grew from that to a proper game, quote unquote proper game. And yes, there is a demo. It's on the Discord. That's kind of the issue for you at the moment, so you can't connect to the Discord. But there is a demo on the Discord. Or prototype build, that's called that way. Demo is something different. There's a playable version on the Discord that kind of represents the game from November last year, I think. And I still need to add a bit to it. I still have added a bit to it since then, and I still need to make a new build sometime soon. Soon TM in that case. Because I wanted to create a build already, but there were issues with creating a build with the version and all that stuff, so I haven't created a new build yet. I need to try to do that again. Those rocks are yeah, the rocks and cliffs from Apollo digits. This is the pack. Yeah, I hope that you managed to get that quest done and figure it out. Play around with it. There might be issues with the demo, but it's not really a demo. With the version that's on Discord. But you should be able to play it, I think. The last time I tested it, I uploaded a version, tested that version before uploading, and it ran properly. I downloaded it since, and it kind of didn't work properly. I have no idea why, but it could be that the version isn't working for you. If that's the case, I'm trying to get a new version done soon. But I wanted to fix a few things first and kind of got carried away at some point. Which is something that happens a lot in game development, that you find something else you want to fix and then do this, that, and then the year is over. And you noticed, oh, I wanted to upload something. Did I do that? Nope. So yeah, I need to work on that. Okay, let's have a look at the time. Thank you. Um, it's not supposed to be a walking simulator. It has a story, it has a quest, and it has gameplay elements like small puzzles and stuff like that. So it's not a complete walking simulator. Or it's not supposed to be like that, let's call it that. The quest is to find a recipe for magical kind of ale. Oh, it's something you learn in the kind of tutorial of the game. So it's the main quest. So find the magic ale recipe and bring it back. That's the quest. Ähm, ja, die Main Quest ist, finde das Rezept für ein magisches Bier. It's also the name of the game, Magic Ale. And once you get that quest, you get the recipe, you have to get home again. Yep, no problem. Sorry if I'm switching between German and English. And sometimes switching back to English even though I wanted to talk in German. It's an issue. No, the thing is I want to stay in English mostly. But if you have questions in German, so then if your English is not good enough in some cases, then it's fine to ask questions in German. Yep. I mean, there's one thing in here that we can show you. Let's jump into game again. Let's go here, and I think I have a beer inside the town somewhere. Let's see, do I have beer in here somewhere? I thought I put one in here. Yeah, I do have one here. Okay, let's drink some beer. We just drank some mushroom beer concoction thingy that you can pick up in the game and also brew in the game if you want to at some point. But it causes pretty colors. Yeah, but it only lasts for a moment. And then it's kind of get better. I think it's 15 seconds at the moment. No, there's no fighting, no enemies. Nothing like that. The problem is I need to find an elephant model somewhere and let that fly around for that, so it would be a bit more complicated. But it's a good idea, yeah? Definitely. Oh, just ignore the naked sleeping elf there. You should be at home and not, whoops, you're losing your head. Not lying in the streets. You're a god, god damn it. The character models are part of a plugin for Blender that sadly was discontinued. It's called Manual Bastioni Lab as a laboratory, and sadly the creator of it discontinued it at some point. So I'm not sure what I would use in the future for them. I might need to create different models or try to work with them on my own. I'm not sure. I mean, I can still use the plugin in Blender, but it has a few issues for future character creation. So basically, I didn't create the character base models, but I created all the clothing. I used Mixamo stuff earlier in earlier prototypes and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a yellow brick road. Those are the corners of it doesn't look that good, but the road itself looks okay, I think. Yeah, but the problem with Death Studio is that you have to pay a lot to get your characters into any game engine, and I'm not willing to do that. You also need to pay a lot for all the assets for the characters, so that's another thing I don't want to do. Why is he not stopping? Damn it. Oh. Okay, there are a few issues with my but if I look at this and just stand here for a moment, should be able to fly around the character and you can see the height difference in them, so yeah, okay. Might be true, yeah. So this is a troll and he's supposed to be kind of 3 meters high or something like that. Why are my doors? Strange. Yeah, and this is the troll library. Might want to remove this lamp here and add other stuff here. Yeah, but the thing is, the kind of yellow brick road is running through the whole area, and it's connecting all the important buildings. That's why I kind of have it in here. Kind of found the idea of it funny at some point. And it's getting way too dark at night. Especially if it's cloudy like that. That's kind of the thing that I was talking about. Have a bit of light around, otherwise it's just a black screen and you can't see where you're going. Even if I add the lamp in here, it's hard to find my way around. So there has to be some kind of light around so that you can see the road, that you can see the area a bit better. So that you're not just walking, and then somehow end up in the water like this. Now you're completely lost where we needed to go. So there need to be a bit of light so that you can find your way. Yeah, it will be in at a later date, yeah. Wait, no, not turning around. Yeah, footsteps, sounds, and other stuff will be in later. Yeah, the plants should give a bit of light, and There should be a bit more light around, so it's not that dark. The other thing is, at the moment, the lighting is not built for the street lamps, so there will be a bit more light from those around the area. At the moment, it's just this, but there should be a bit more light around once the lighting is built properly. Yeah, the ambient lighting is also something I need to tweak a bit, because at the moment it's set to be almost black or inexistent, but it needs to be pushed slightly. But it needs to be pushed in two different kind of directions. So if I'm outside, I do want ambient lighting. But if I'm inside a building, then I kind of don't want ambient lighting that much. I'm almost 40. Let's keep it at that. So I need to find a good way to kind of work with lighting. And lighting is hard, in my opinion, and setting it up is quite a lot. Yeah. No, I'm not 20 anymore. That would be awesome, to be 20 and then start with this game. I'm not using baked lighting for an open world game. I'm using baked lighting for indoor areas, but I'm not using baked lighting for the outdoor areas. So but the problem is that the it's quite cloudy at the moment, and that's why we have this kind of dizzy looking area here. Yes, I need to bake the lighting for the street lamps, but not for the rest of the lighting. No, I'm almost 40, not 14, 40. Yeah. Just to correct that. Um, no, 14 is a bit too long ago. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, in the end, who cares? It's the internet. I could be 85 or 5. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's cleared up a bit. Slightly, at least. Yeah, it could also be 105. I mean, sometimes I feel like that, but yeah, I mean, 14 is a bit too far back. 25? Yeah, I would definitely take that again. But no, 14, nah, it's too far back. Yeah, 28 would also be okay. I tried that. Applied for a lot of studios, and they didn't want to hire me because I don't have enough experience. And to get experience, I need to work in the industry. But I can't work in the industry if I'm not working for a company or on a game. So I kind of started this and work on the game, hopefully finish the game at some point, and then have better chances to get a job. Yeah. Okay, so okay, here we go. So we should have a key now and should be able to get in here and kind of finish the main quest at least. Hopefully, but I'm not sure. Hopefully it helps with my chances to get a job at some point in the industry. Or I'm just publishing the game on my own at some point when it's done. So got the quest for the beer done here, and yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be um, a goblin. Wait. What is F11 doing? Yeah, the problem is that the male characters have an issue with their shoulders. The shoulder bones are kind of broken on them, so they stand. They look a bit strange when they're standing there. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm. Yeah, that's. Yeah, the problem is I'm not. When I run the game, I'm running it in a new window, so I can maximize that window and then it would be full screen. But I need to stop now because it's quite late and I'm already over time. Let's find someone to raid. Someone who's doing game dev and who's doing something interesting. So let's have a look. Um, oh, okay. So let's join Dan. So, I will go offline, but I want to rate someone. So if you want to go to another stream, another person who's doing Unreal 4, um, then stay in chat and join in on the raid. But I will be back tomorrow and see you then. Bye bye.
Oh yeah, in a controller takes in the amount of players, does it?